And I'm going to make, all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Will Zanders. We will be doing our sixth and final class of Millionaire School. Tonight, this is being recorded, but please take copious amounts of notes due to the fact that, the record, I don't want to leave this particular $1 million blueprint. Uh, I don't want y'all to not have access to it because y'all didn't take enough notes, to be quite frank, and able to put the pieces together because I'm not doing this a second time. That being said, there are some prerequisites. If you are on this call for the first, second, or third time and you missed any of the previous information, some of the stuff, it may make sense to you tonight. Some of the stuff may not. However, the from the mindset standpoint, you could do the steps that I'm going to teach you tonight and you still will not get it done. It won't work for you like it'll work for somebody else unless you have already internalized the information, okay? Internalize the information from classes 1 through 5. I'll say that again. And one of the prerequisites, you need to watch, take notes, and internalize the information in classes 1 through 5, okay, before you take the action steps that we talk about tonight, with very few exceptions, okay? I cannot emphasize the prerequisites enough. An additional set of prerequisites is the 4 colors personality types for network marketing. That is a book, okay, by Tom Big Al Schreider. If you have not read that book, I didn't say you attended a training I did on it. If you have not read the book or the audio book and took notes, okay, it's going to handicap you when we come down to the building section of what we're doing. I'm telling you, a lot of people think they know enough, but you just don't have it dialed in. And you might be 85% on, but not 95% on. And if you're going to be a top earner, you got to be 95 to 100% on. And you can't afford to miss the details. All right. Also, another prerequisite, the book Icebreakers by Tom Big Al Schreider. It's not just the techniques in these books. I don't get paid to recommend these books to y'all. These books are just going to be very helpful for you, extremely helpful, indispensable for you. That book, Icebreakers, is also at bigalbooks.com. It's on Amazon. It's on Audible. Get the books and read the books. We're not launching the plan until I think December 15th. So you got about, solid 2+ weeks to get this stuff done, to watch the Millionaire School recordings 1 through 5. Okay. And also, Melissa, can you do me a favor and get with Major Marcus on Facebook, so or text them, or y'all can text each other. I want the recordings from 1 through 5. I want them uploaded to the One Team One Dream Facebook channel, but I don't know how to do that. I can do the content. I don't know how to do the tech stuff. And Coach Sonic, I'll get with you on the other stuff. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. But read the book Icebreakers. And the last one, the prerequisite I recommend is also a book by Big Al called How to Get Instant Trust, Belief, Influence, and Rapport. That's a book. Okay. It is indispensable. All right. It is a prerequisite. Please do not try to take these action steps with us on December 15th, no matter how confident you are on the technical side after this call, because you will know everything you need to know to make $1 million in network marketing tonight for sure. The techniques will all be there for you without a doubt. But it's the mindset part that will handicap some of you, and without getting the information from those from those books that I just gave you, as well as the previous classes we did. And if you wanted a bonus, the leadership call we did last night, that's on Zoom. If we can get that uploaded to the One Team One Dream YouTube channel, that would be great too. The class we did, it's just an hour long on November 28th. Okay, if you can just get that information in your brain over the next 2 weeks and internalize that information, so that's 6 recordings and 3 books. It's about 9 resources. I highly recommend you do it. It shouldn't take you more than a couple hours to get all of it done. The books are very, very short. And I'm just telling you, need this stuff. I don't want you to do this information or do the things that we do, and you don't and it doesn't work for you because you bought the new car and you put gas in it, but you didn't have the right type of oil. Certain cars need a certain type of oil. Okay, you got full synthetic, and then you got the regular Walgreens kind. It's a thing. Okay, so the books are, number one, the book is called the 4 color personality types for network marketing. The second book is called Icebreakers. Icebreakers. Okay, that's the book on inviting, the best book on inviting in the history of network marketing. And the third book is called, it's also by Big Al. They're all available at bigalbooks.com, as well as Audible and Amazon. Get them now, okay? And it is called How to Get Instant Trust, Belief, Influence, and Rapport. Okay, they are some of the most incredible. Really, the book's not even 80 pages. It's short, 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 but they're so good, so worth it. And those books, any one of them has made me hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars just using those skills combined, over $1 million in commissions in the industry for sure, and about to hit that at HBN as well. All right, so that's that. Some more prerequisites I got to give you. Now, that was the mindset prerequisites. All right, the recordings, the books, and so on and so forth. All right. The technical prerequisites to make that type of money are that you got to have a VP pack. Now, I know it is absolute, um, indispensable. You absolutely have to have the VP pack. Uh, there. Let me see if I can do this. If this makes sense. Try that, gentlemen. I don't know if I can have multiple. Let me see if this works. All right. Hopefully that works. I don't know, but hopefully that works. All right. In the chat. But you have to have a VP pack. And there's a special going on right now. If you haven't, or I don't even know what the special is. I got it before it was a special. But it's something. But because if you get a VP pack, it's going to increase your fast start commissions from 20 to 30%. All right. So that's another. That is a technical prerequisite. If you want to make $1 million in commissions with HBN, and you are at 100 CV a month, that's awesome. But if you don't have the 200, thank you, Richard, a 200 CV love box order. If you don't have that 200 CV box order, if you don't have that, you're not making 30% commissions. And I'm telling you, that 10% is massive, and it's not going to be, you're not going to make the money in the time frame that we want, because you'll be missing out on too many fast start bonuses accumulated. All right, we talked about this. So you have to have a VP pack. If you don't worry about nothing else on this call until you either work your part-time job or your full-time job, or you find some money in the couch and you get a VP pack. And you only got to get the VP pack one time. That's number one. That is indispensable. You must. Okay. In fact, there are VP packs for less than that are 200 CV. They have to be one that has a 200 CV thing with it, I believe. Marcus, can you let me know if that in the chat, put if that's there? Because Shauna says there's some VP packs for less than that. I know it got to be 200. See, I got mine the second or third week I was with HBN over 3 years ago, so I don't even know what it is now. Okay, okay, there we go. Seymour says we got one at 179. That we got. That's all. Okay, awesome. So Charlotte and Seymour both say we got them at 179. That's great. So regardless, what you need that extra 30%. So that's fantastic. Please get that if you don't have it already. And Marcus said the same thing. Akua said, yeah, and Shauna as well. Perfect. It's the promo for today counts. Thank you, Coach. Yes, awesome. Wait a minute, Coach, you can't chat with everybody yet? I still see you doing host and panel. You sure you can't click everybody on your box? Give me 1 second, y'all. Man, this is ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna deal with this technical Zoom stuff later. It worked for Marcus and didn't work for y'all, and it worked for Akua. All right, man, I'm gonna deal with it after the call. I don't want to run long rampant. All right, so yeah, hit the drop down. That's what I said, Marcus. Hit the drop down menu. Got it? All right. So VP packs and everything we got, all that good stuff. You gotta have your VP pack. The second thing you gotta do, you have to have the auto ship on the first of the month. All right, you have to have 100 CB auto ship on the first of the month. You cannot not have that. You will miss out on 66% commit. It's not gonna work in. It's not gonna work if you don't have 100 CB auto ship on the first of the month. Will, can I get it on the 4th of the month? No. Can I get it on the 15th of the month? No. I mean, you can if you don't have a choice right now, sure. But at some point, when you're ready to get situated and start making serious money in this business, you can't. Why? Because if your auto ship is not at 100 CV on the first of the month, and there are other people who are getting 100 CV orders, you will miss all the star bonuses up until you get your order, and you cannot retroactively go back and get that money. And every star grid is worth up to $225 in cash money paid out daily. So we cannot afford to miss that. Not if you want to make $1 million, you won't. And then the other part is, it is impossible to build a duplicatable, stable, predictable business without auto ship. You can't do it. It's too unpredictable. It's too haphazard. You have to sow predictability and stability in order to get predictability and stability. That is a spiritual law. It cannot be broken. And everybody that I personally know, and it's a lot of people with this company who's made at least $200,000 Okay, at least $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. Everybody I know has a VP pack, and they own 100 CV auto ship first of the month. There's not one exception to that. There is not one exception. None. None. Okay. So that's the prerequisites. You have the knowledge prerequisites, you got the technical prerequisites, and so on and so forth. Okay. So now we're going to go into what we talked about yesterday. We talked about the foundation for your $1 million HBM business. We talked about the foundation, and the foundation is 4 distributors. Okay. 4 serious distributors. All right. And 10 customers. All right. 4 serious distributors and 10 customers. All right. And we're going to explain right now. And so the first thing, everything I just talked about, that was section one. All right. The prerequisites and the VP packs and all that jazz. That was section one. Now we're moving into section two. We have 10 sections tonight. 10 sections. Okay. Get your coffee. All right. 10 sections. All right. Section two. Okay, we're going to talk about why the foundation for your business is 4 distributors and 10 customers. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think that you are going to have an organization that does diamond volume, double diamond volume, $1 million volume, and you personally don't even have 10 customers, it tells me several things. Number one, you either you want 10 customers, but you don't know how to do it yet. Don't worry, we're going to fix that. Number two, you want to have 10 customers, you know how to do it, but you haven't been here long enough to accumulate your 10 customers yet. That typically doesn't happen overnight. Don't believe the Facebook, capping game that people do out here. All right. Number three, if you don't have 10 customers and you've been here a while and you know what to do, it's your belief in the products may not be strong enough, or you simply don't care about people like you say you do. Okay. Because we're very fond of saying here that we don't sell products. We share products we believe in with people that we care about. Okay, we share products we believe in with people that we care about. If I care about my parents, which I do, I will make sure that they are getting black seed oil every single month. There is not a question about it. It's not even a question. Okay, because I understand the power of our products. If I care about my financial situation and I want to provide my family and friends with the best stuff ever, that penthouse we got in Vegas, the company didn't pay for that. That came out of my pocket. And part of God's blessings upon my life, I believe, is because I believe in these products. These products are a blessing that come from the earth, and I use Prosper every single day. There hasn't been a day since I joined HBN that I haven't used Prosper Essential Oil. All right, I'm just giving you a heads up. I love these products that much. I believe in them that much. My results are better than most people's. Okay, but I'm very consistent. I'm fanatical about these products. Okay, so you're going to have 10 customers. We're going to teach you how to do it tonight, but at the same time, your goal, and you need to write that down on your vision board. Okay, your vision board. I need to have 4 serious distributors and 10 customers. Well, Will, I need 12 distributors to be platinum. I'm not worried about that. We'll talk about that later. I'm talking about the foundation for your $1 million business. Write this down. What is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. I will ask you consistently, what is your foundation looking like? Okay, what is your foundation looking like? You have 4 serious distributors. You might have 10 distributors, but you need 4 serious distributors. Okay, I'll tell you exactly how to find them by the end of this call. All right, and you need 10 customers. Now, here's the thing about a customer. All right, a customer typically is going to order anywhere average of 50 CV a month. A lot of customers do 25 CV. They do. Then you have a couple of customers that do 100 CV. They are not building the business. One of my best customers, he thought he was going to build a business. He never sponsored a single rep, but he's on 25 CV auto ship for coffee every month, no exception. He's a truck driver. He's used our coffee every month. It's not even a question. Sometimes he'll do 50 CV, but usually 25 CV, and he's been on auto ship for over 3 years. He is a customer of mine. He is a customer. One of my 10 customers. I have more than 10 customers, but my foundation is 4 distributors and 10 customers. All right. Now, the 10 customers, here's the thing. If somebody buys from me one time, okay, that's a trial consumer, AKA a suspect. All right. If somebody buys from me one time or gets a sample, if someone gets a sample, that's a trial consumer. That's not even a suspect. A trial consumer. They get a product from me one time, they get a sample, that's a trial consumer. If they buy from me one time, they are now a suspect. They are engaging in what could be considered, they may be a suspected customer, okay, but they are a suspect if they buy from me that first time. If you get a sample from me, you're trial consumer. You're just trying it out. You're a trial consumer. If you buy from me one time, you are a suspect. If you buy from me for 2 months in a row, you are now a prospect. And if you buy from me 3 times in a row, and still ain't engaging in the business opportunity, you are now a customer. Someone typically has to have 4 exposures or 3 to 4 month worth of orders before I consider them one of my 10 serviceable customers. So a lot of people saying, "Oh, I got 15 customers, I got 5 customers, I got 20 customers." No, you don't. You might have 2 customers and 18 suspects, or 6 trial consumers, 3 suspects, 1 prospect, and 1 real customer. It just depends. But for what we're talking about tonight, the proper foundation for your $1,000,000 HBM business is 4 serious distributors and 10 serviceable customers. And if you have 10 serviceable customers, they will average 50 CV. Some are going to be 25, some are going to be 100, some are going to be 200, some are going to be 15. They're going to average 50 CV. So write this down. My 10 serviceable customers will generate an average of 500 CV a month. Okay, they're going to generate an average of 5, and these are not supply orders or one-off customers. These are customers on auto ship. If they're on auto ship, they don't count. They're on auto ship, or if they're paying you every month, but they've been doing that for 3 or 4 months, you need the full volume on that at some point. You can't always jump to fast start. At some point, you're going to need full volume. So that's why we say 3 months worth. Suspect, prospect, then customer, because in 90 days, now you're getting full volume. And that's really what you need to make the millions here. You need the full volume. So 90 days is the deal. So so that's what you're going to have. Your 10 customers are going to give you 500 CV in personal group volume that every month. All right, 500 CV. Write that down. All right. The 4 reps you have, these are serious reps. The 4 reps you have should be at 100 CV. They should already have a VP pack, but that's just a one-time thing. They should be at 100 CV on the first of the month. Your customer volume is going to come in at different times during the month, and that's no problem. That's on them. They're customers. They eat when they want. But your serious distributors, those 4 people should be at 100 CV every single month on the first of the month. So you're going to get 400 in volume, okay, from your 4 serious distributors. All right, you're going to get 400 in volume. So you got 500 in volume coming from your customers, and you got 400 in volume coming from your distributors. That is 900 CV in personal group volume. If we are clear, put in the chat, yes, I am clear. And if you have a question about that, go to the Q&A box and type in your question. Okay. Are we clear? Thank you. Perfect. I don't want to leave nobody left behind. Thank you. Okay. Now, here's the thing about distributors. All right. Charlotte Whitaker is a serious distributor. Charlotte Whitaker does not just have 100 CV order on the first of the month. What she does, she actually has an additional 100 CV, okay, in just extra product that she gets for samples. All right. I have a whole separate order that's 100 CV a month. That's 10 Nova coffee samples. So I am not at just 100 CV. I actually have a separate order. It pays me in my star grid. Understand how this works. Okay. It's a customer order. Will Zanders Coffee customers, because my samples, my 10 samples are going out of here. They're going to other people. So I will put that order under there. I'm not trying to use it to rank up and move under executive and do no fraud. No. I am literally getting samples into the marketplace. I am getting products into the marketplace, period. Okay. So let me tell you, that's not listen, most of y'all won't even do it. Okay. But I'm just telling you, because you still get your star bonus and volume for that. You're not losing money. You're getting paid to buy your own products, which is how business works. If I owned a Lexus dealership, you better believe I would have bought a Lexus from my own dealership. But just understand, Shauna gets it. Okay. And so here's the point. You should have 500 CV from your customers, 400 CV from your reps, and another 100 CV from one of your customer accounts. Like because you're going to get 100 CV. I don't care if it's you get 10 of the mind, body, and soul sample, whatever you like to sample out, that's on you. But I do 10 Nova samples. So I generate minimum 1,000 CV. Good job, Richard. 1,000 CV. So your serious rep should be generating 1,000 CV. Because if you're a serious rep, you're going to have 10 customers and 4 distributors at the end of the day. Eventually, you're going to get there and you're going to have that proper foundation set. Okay. And then, so you got 500 from your customers, 400 from your reps, and 100 from your samples, for the marketplace, Christmas gifts, whatever you want them to be. But there's another 100. But you should be able to count on 1,000 in volume from your serious rep. Are we clear? Okay, just let me know if we're clear. And you need to be at 1,000 in volume. Yeah, and thank you, man. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. That's one of the problems that we'll talk about is people rush too much and they put too much pressure on their teams and they don't give their teams time to mature and grow. It takes time, but I want you to know what your goal is. My goal to set a proper foundation for growth is 4 and 10, and we are going to celebrate that. That we're going to celebrate that more than when somebody go emerald. Okay, right? Me and Charlotte both. Yeah, we replenish our stock. I will never be out of hand or nothing. Yeah, the products are absolutely gold. Thank you, Mandy. And we care about people enough to make sure we get them in. This ain't no company with overpriced products that don't work. We don't do all that over here. All right. So if you think about it, if your serious reps are generating 1,000 CV, Will, why do I need 4 of them? Because silver is where the check match starts. All right. Silver is what I didn't say gold. We'll get there eventually or not. It don't matter. You can be a HBN silver millionaire here. I promise you. Okay, you can be an HBN platinum millionaire, or you can. Bronze will be tough, but silver you can be an HBN silver millionaire. All right, just understand, check match starts at silver. All right, that is absolutely is critical. Okay, the check match starts at silver. All right, if I sponsor Melissa Brower, and Melissa Brower goes on to make $1 million, okay, and I'm a bronze, okay, I'll still make, and she's on my power leg. I'm not going to see a whole lot of money from her because she's my power leg and she's making $1 million. I don't even have another leg that's even worth talking about. But if I'm silver, because I have 4 reps who have at least 2 customers at 25 CV, that's very, very easy to do. Now, even though my pay leg is absolutely nothing to speak of, I'm getting 10% binary match, and the binary is the biggest part of the pay plan. So in time, Melissa's making $1 million a year. I'm getting about $100,000 a year just to check match at silver. So I want to sponsor people. People say all the time, well, how much does an average rep at HBN make? I don't know. I don't look to sponsor average people. Period. I don't even know what to tell you. Honestly, you got to talk to some average people. We don't do average over here. Not my group, not Major Marcus group, not Melissa Brower group, not Coach Sonic Jones group. We don't do average. Okay, so we don't know. I can tell you what above average people do. We talking about that tonight. All right. So that's how that works. All right. That's how that part, the silver part. All right. That's why you got to have 4. All right, we talked about the customer part is you got to have enough volume to not just break even, but to make your money back. If you got 10 customers, even if you have your 100 CV auto ship plus 100 CV per sample, you're still running a profitable business off just customers. You're running a profitable business off just customers. The star bonus from your 4 reps and everything else, that's all just extra profit, but you're already in profit of just your customers, and that's important. Okay, that's important. Now, if you have 4 serious reps and they're generating 1,000 CV apiece, would it make sense that and these are your serious reps. Would it make sense, all right, that we want your reps, your serious reps, to duplicate what you did, and all you're going to be teaching them is how to establish a proper foundation of 4 and 10? Does that make sense? All right. Please put in the chat if that makes sense, that you want your 4 reps, you want your 4 reps, okay, your 4 reps to do exactly what you did to establish a proper foundation for HBM Millionaire, which is 4 and 10. Okay, perfect. Makes sense to everybody. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. So now we got that 4 and 10. Okay. Now, if your 4 reps have duplicated 4 and 10, do you understand that your 4 reps are already generating 1,000 CV for you, but now their 4 reps are generating 1,000 CV for them, which means that now your serious rep is generating 5,000 CV for you. That is I want to light. If you understand this pay plan, I'm gonna say it again. The light bulb should go off. Put in the chat light bulb. If you have any questions, type in the question box and put your question in the question and answer section. All right. But I just want to make sure people I'm gonna say it again. All right. I want to say it again. If you have a proper foundation of 4 and 10, you are at 1,000 CV a month. If you have your proper foundation of 4 reps, your 4 reps are at 1,000 CV a month. If your 4 reps duplicate what you did, thank you, Miriam. Teach people, teach people, teach people. If your 4 reps, and it might take them 18 months, It might take them 2 years, but you need a goal for a proper foundation. Okay, for exceptional people, not average people. Average people only sponsor about 2 people. They can still make a lot of money at HBN. But we're talking about exceptional people like yourselves that are willing to be in here on a Monday night. You understand? Okay. So your 4 reps are going to have their 4 and 10. Therefore, they are going to be generating for you 5,000 in volume. It's 1,000 from them because of their customers and their reps, and each of their 4 reps is going to have a 4 and 10. Therefore, your 4 are going to be generating 5,000 in volume for you. So here's what it looks like in real life. A serious HBN rep is doing 5,000 a month in personal group volume because they have 4 and 10 and their frontline 4 have 4 and 10. We didn't even go past level 2. We're not going past level 2. We don't have to. I got to drive this concept home. Okay, we told you yesterday in one of the verses that you got to count the cost for the temple that you want to build. All right, you got to count the cost. This is the cost. I have to generate 1,000 in personal group volume, and then I have to teach my four horsemen of the economic apocalypse. Right, we are winning. I have to teach my 4. Right, and then it's when you got 4 seasons. Okay, you got the 4 horsemen. Right, you got all kind of different things happening in 4s in life in general. All right, but I want you to really understand you got 4 reps. All right, you have 4 reps, and that's very, very, very important. All right, and we got like 4 corners to a room. You got 4 directions: north, south, east, west, whatever. 4 is all through nature, all through the Bible, all through your finance. Okay, so we 4 quarters in the basketball game. You got 4 reps, and each of the reps is worth. So a serious HBN rep does 5,000 in personal group value, and we just showed you the technical numbers on how to do that. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Get those calculators out. In order to be a diamond at HBN, and if you're a diamond at HBN, you're going to be a millionaire in 2 years. If you're a double diamond, you'll be a millionaire in 1 year. But let's just talk about 2 years. Let's give it a realistic deal. People, I've been here longer than 2 years, so I know y'all can do it too. Okay. And we didn't learn this stuff till we halfway got here because we didn't have anybody to teach y'all. We was here for years before we figured this out. Okay. So if you look at the volume, diamond is 100,000 on each side. That's 200,000 in volume. If you're talking a serious rep like yourself who is doing 5,000 in personal group volume, I would simply divide 200,000 by 5,000, and that equals 40. Here's light bulb number 2, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be an HBN millionaire in 2 years or less, you want to be at the diamond level. I'm not worried about the diamond rank. I'm talking diamond volume. That's where the money is. If you want to be at the diamond volume level, make $1 million in 2 years, you need to have 40 serious people in your organization, and you only got to sponsor 4 of them. Okay? If you got it, type I got it. Let me know. Let me know if you got it. If you're not, I'm going to keep talking about it until you get it. That's why I said this call is going to run long. I need you to understand you only need 40 serious people in your organization. You got to be the first serious person. You got to be the first serious person. You got to establish your foundation of 4 and 10. All right. And you're going to end up when you teach your 4 and 10, and we're going to teach them together. We're going to teach them together. You're not by yourself. When you take this journey with us on December 15th, we have weekly accountability Zooms just like this, just for people who are doing Millionaire School. That's it, not for nobody else. 40 serious people is going to give you 200,000 in volume. Okay, 200,000 in volume, you'll be a millionaire at HBN. Period. Point blank, it's not going to stop. No matter what you do, you'll be there. Even if you never even got past silver, you'd be there in 2 years or less. It's just the numbers add up. Okay, for silvers, the numbers add up. All right. Now, if you want to be a double diamond, whoa, I want to be a millionaire fast, you need 80 serious people in your organization. But I don't even care about that. I want people here for a long time, making money for a long time. 40 is your number. So because we're doing things in forward, look, in the desert, 40 days and 40 nights. 40 again, 40 is always a thing. 80, not so much. All right. Now remember, foundation 4 and 10. When I help my 4 get their 4 and 10, when I help them establish their proper foundation, I'm cooking with gas. Once they do that, my organization is doing 5,000. I'm a serious rep now. It's not about your rank. It's about how much personal group volume you're doing. Okay. I'm doing 5,000. I need 40 of me. And I'm gonna tell you, 40 is not a lot. 40 serious reps is not. I don't think there's another company in the world where you can say, "Hey, do we have 40 serious people in your whole team?" And we're not talking people that's doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of volume, millions of volume, like leaders with teams of 6,000 people. No, I mean people who came and learned the systems and went to work. All right, period. All right, that's what it really takes. Now, here's the thing: if you get to diamond volume, well, Will, I know I'm gonna get there, but I don't want to miss that diamond check match. I want the big check match. Now I want the 50% check match, not the 10%. That's fine. This is the thing. If you're making that type of money because you have diamond volume, you're a silver, it's gonna make it a lot easier for you to recruit people. How many people know when you're making more money, it's easier for you to recruit people? How many people know that? It's easier for you. It's easier for you to go build platinums once you're making money. People believe in you a lot more. But for right now, proper foundation, 4 and 10, let's teach that. All right. Trust me. If you're doing diamond volume, I will personally show you a whole separate plan on how to get platinums. All right. So I want you to relax and I don't want you to chase the rank. Okay. The rank, don't chase the rank, chase the results. All right. Don't chase the recruits first. Chase the retail. Get your 10. The four will come, but get your 10 customers. Because when your four get there, you got to teach them how to make their money back, and it's never easy with customers. So don't chase the rank, chase the result. Don't chase the promotion. I want to be diamond. I want to be diamond. No, you want diamond volume because you want $1 million in the bank. You want consistent diamond volume. Okay. So you don't chase the promotion. You chase the production. I'm gonna say that again 2 more times for my friends in the cheap seats. I'm gonna say it again. You do not chase the promotion. You chase the production. Unlike most network marketing companies, all they want to do rank, 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 rank. We got all the rank. Fine, y'all don't have no money. Do not chase the promotion, chase the production. Don't chase the rank, chase the results. I want to see you at the bank more than I want to see you on the stage. Okay. Now here's the thing. So now we're going to move on, but we're almost we still moving. I'm almost to section 3. Okay. This is how you're going to bulletproof yourself from losing, even though you're learning information tonight for the next hour. 80% of people who join a network marketing business stay in the business, but they quit building the business in 6 weeks. Okay. 80% of the people in network marketing who join and start building a business quit the business and quit building in 6 weeks. They might still be using product, but they quit building in 6 weeks. Don't let that be you. Okay. 80% of network marketers, even the ones who are still on product, they are out of the business totally and not even using product no more in 90 days. This is why we're so strict on what we consider a customer. Trial consumer, suspect, prospect, customer. That's why we're so strict, because we know what the numbers are in the industry. Now at HBN, we have a higher number of customers because of our gift card program. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. And we have a higher number of customers because our products actually work. Shocker. Okay. We have a retention system as well. We're teaching that in Vegas. Okay. But 80% on industry average, 80% of network marketers are not even at the company or using products anymore within 90 days. So you want to make a mental effort to say, I'm going to still be building in 6 weeks. I'm still be building an HBN in 90 days. And then 90% of network marketers are not even in the industry in any capacity within 5 years. That includes top earners. I know people who've made millions of dollars in network marketing. They're not even in the industry no more. Okay, that's the saddest statistic in network marketing. And 90% of network marketers are not even in the industry no more within 5 years. So if you want to be a consistent HBN millionaire, you have to be around here for a minimum of 5 years, because you're never going to be in the top 10%. And that's where all the money is. So Will, you mean to tell me the number one thing I can do to get into the top 10%, obviously, is to work my business, but it's to make a mental commitment to be here in 2028? Yeah. Yeah. Sound crazy, don't it? But 2028 is going to come. No matter what you do, it's going to come. If anything happened to you, it might, but 2028 going to come. Unless God come down first, which that's a whole different conversation. All right. So just understand that. So that's the non-negotiables. The books you got to read, the videos you got to watch, the training from last night, and so on and so forth. Those are non-negotiables. You establishing a proper foundation for growth of 4 and 10 and helping them do the same thing is a non-negotiable. There's no wiggle room on that. All right. If you can't do that, learn it and do it over time, you take an L. All right. So I'm telling you the real price, what it really takes. You got to count the cost. That's the whole theme of this. All right. Section 3. It's just a couple of concepts and secrets to really tee up the plan that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. And y'all already heard it, but you missed it. And I know you missed it, because I would see more in the question and answer if you caught the plan. Don't worry. We're going to give you some techniques, and then it'll make more sense to you. All right. It'll make more sense. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that. We'll be here 5 and 10 years. Look, we'll both be here. Company debt free. Let's do it. Okay. So number one, concepts and secrets. And remember, I'm saying this stuff because what is repeated is remembered. What is remembered is repeated. Okay. Number one, we start the plan on December 15th. That gives you all the time to read the books and watch the videos and everything. You need, number one, you need to have a conversation with your family or significant other. You need to have a conversation with your family or significant other. You need to have a conversation with your family or significant other. Why? Because you're going to have to work at a different level. And we're going to be running this program through December 15th all the way up to the Orlando event. If you don't have your Orlando event tickets yet, get it immediately. The Orlando event tickets, we sold 50 tickets out the gate yesterday at the 25. They all sold out. If you're on this call though and you want to get one, go get one. They only got 50 left that I know of. Go get one, and I'll honor the 25 CV rate until midnight tonight on the $25 price, only because y'all are on this call. Other than that, it's $50 for everybody else, and they're gonna sell out. Period. Period. So you got to have a conversation with your family because you're going to have to be moving a little bit different because what you've already done has got you where you are. Okay. What you've already done has already got you where you are. So for me personally, this is my daily schedule that I'm going to be operating on. I'm not giving you this schedule for you to do. This most of y'all are not full-time network marketers. And in fact, it's easier for people who are not full-time network marketers. I'm just strange, but true. Okay. This is my schedule. Okay. I do 2 hours a day at the gym. All right. You know, the gym and throwing axes. I'm gonna do some type of physical activity 2 hours a day. That's me, not you. That's me. Okay. I'm gonna do 2 hours of personal development. Okay, 2 hours of personal development. I'm using videos. I'm writing trainings. I'm taking notes. I'm doing research. I'm learning. I'm reading books. I'm feeding my mind 2 hours a day. I'm building my HBM business 2 hours a day. And when I say I'm building my business, I'm talking to live human beings, okay? Recruiting, talking about product, answering questions, doing meetings. I'm doing at least 2 hours a day on my HBM business. So between personal development and HBM, that's 4 hours a day. That's a part-time job for me, okay? If I add to that 2 hours at the gym, and if I feel like doing 2 hours of axe practice, which normally I only do like an hour, but including travel time and everything, that's 8 hours. That's my work day. Okay. And I got 16 hours left. 16 hours left. Plenty of time. But guess what? Sometimes you will have to make arrangements or allotments. You will have to have contact and conversation with your significant other, with your family, and say, listen, I have to work my HBM business 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. Okay. Now remember, we're going from December 15th all the way to March to like the 24th or whatever weekend that is for the plan. But understand that's a little over 100 days. We don't need that many days to make this type of money and build these proper foundations. Therefore, you get off for Christmas, obviously. You get off for New Year's, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. You get off for Valentine's Day. You get off for all that. Why? Because even if you committed to working your business on those days, your prospects probably won't be. Okay, that's why. So plan on having those days off. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Christmas Eve, New Year's, New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day. Take all them off. Okay? You might have a birthday for one of your kids. Take that off. You should still finish up with about 90 days of work. I've already done the calculations. You should still finish up with about 90 days of work. We're taking off for the event day because people got to travel there. So we're taking off 2 days for that. You'll still be at about 90 days. All right, which makes sense. So just complete this journey, y'all be okay. But have the conversations with the family and be consistent and say, hey, listen, from the time periods of 6 to 8, or the time period of 6 in the morning to 8 a.m., whatever it is, or 1 hour from 6 to 7, and another hour from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., whatever it is, I need to build my business during this time. And you have to be really frank with them because they're not going to take you serious a lot of times because you don't have the results yet. Okay. But I'm telling you, you will have to have a conversation with the people important in your life to let them know and say, hey, guess what? I pull this off like I think I will. I'm taking the whole family on a vacation to Orlando, March the 24th. We're going to Disney World, go do it. Give them something to look forward to. Okay. That's number one. Have the conversations that need to be had. Number two, write your goals down. Okay, Yale University said you have a 43% higher likelihood of success by writing your goals down, which means if you was already at a 50% chance of winning, 50%, 50-50. Now you at 83%. I'll take that. I'm sorry, 50-50, 93%. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay. You got to write your goals down. I mean, write your goals down on a whiteboard, a vision board. You should have a whiteboard in a prominent area in your wherever you do your work at, and you should have 4 circles on it and 10 squares for your 4 and 10. All right. And you should have another whiteboard on the same whiteboard. You should have 4 circles and 10 squares under each of your 4 circles. And when you get somebody that's a serious rep and they think they're serious and they exhibiting all the signs of serious rep, you need to write their name, birthday, phone number, all in there. Write down their color, personality type in there. Put this information in a notebook, but put it on your whiteboard or whiteboards plural. You need to see this stuff every day and treat your business like a business. Okay? People go to the movies and sit in the movies for 2.5 hours watching the screen, but don't have nothing to watch on their business for 2 hours. You see, and wonder why they rich on the TV screen, but not at your house. Okay, you watching the wrong stuff. Save that for your off days or when you're done with your work. All right, but write your goals down. You need to be writing your goals down on a vision board, your dreams and hopes and wishes and dreams and what you want, but also your 4 and 10. Have a strategy board like a war room. Okay, that's going to literally 43% more likely to win if you do that. Write your goals down and look at your goals every day. Write them in a notebook, vision board, whiteboard, anywhere you want to be. Get your goals. Be fanatical about looking at your goals every single day. Okay. Number 3, talk about your success all the time. People who talk to me, they know if it's not a dire emergency, all I'm talking about is winning with HBN. That's all I know. We talking about events. We talking about 4 and 10. We talk about, ooh, I got a new customer today. We talk about, man, what them cycles looking like, how your volume coming. We talking about the way you do supply orders. You look how we looking for rank. We talking business and winning all day. I don't know. Somebody told me the other day, my favorite football team is the Baltimore Ravens. Somebody told me they had lost a game. I didn't even know because I ain't seen the game all season. Ain't seen the game all season. The only sporting event I've seen all season was live and in person, front row, New Orleans Pelicans. That's it. Last year, I didn't see a single football game. All I saw was some playoff games, front row, Memphis Grizzlies playoffs with who? With the team. Okay, with my family, with the team. That's it. That's it. Okay, I don't have a lot of time for that because all I'm doing is typically talking about successes all the time. All right, that's it. When I'm on the phone, that's what we talking about. People get tired of hearing it. Well, it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. All right, and you're gonna be the same way for about 90 days if you're serious. You got to speak this stuff into existence. Okay, the Bible says, "Let my word not return to me void, without accomplishing therewith which I sent it out to do." Okay, you got to talk about this stuff. And you got to see it. Why? The Bible also says, without vision, the people would perish. You got to see it. You got to see it in your mind, not just on the wall. Okay. Number 4. All right. Number 4, the 5 C's. The first C is clarity. You got to be clear on your vision, and seeing it and talking about it and hearing about it is how you're getting clear. Eventually, you're gonna dream about it because you're thinking about it before you go to bed. I'm gonna have my 410. Will, what you do for a living? I get 410. I teach 410s. Well, I'm sorry. What did you say? What you do for a living? I get 410 and I teach 410s. What that mean? And then I tell them, I'm thinking about it, dreaming it, sleeping it, speaking it. That's all I'm doing. 410, 4 and 10. That's all I got. Okay, that's all I got for you for 90 days. All right, you got to be clear on your vision and what you're trying to do. I'm gonna be an HBM millionaire. Period. That's what you tell them. That's what you tell yourself. All right. The second C stands for committed. You got to be committed to stay the course. We talked about that at length, ad nauseum, in previous calls and this one as well. Okay. The next C, third C, you got to be consistent. You got to do this stuff every day, ladies and gentlemen, at least 5 to 6 days a week. It ain't got to be 7 days a week, but I'm just telling you, you got to do 5 or 6 days a week. You try to do 7 days a week, you'll probably burn out. Your family will throw you out the house. You schedule it. You say, listen, I got to work my 2 hours today. We can have date night Sunday, or we can have date night Saturday. But I got to work 5 to 6 days a week. I have to do this. I know what it's like to not go all in and get not all in results. I got to go all in. Support me. It would mean a lot to me. Okay. But you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. All right. And have a calendar that shows your consistency. I may ask, listen, send me a picture of your calendar, and I might cash app somebody $100. Let me see your calendar. If you don't have a calendar, or the text you did, the meetings you did, the calls you did, yeah, you're not. The Zooms you was on, you know, how many samples you got in the marketplace, when you're supposed to follow up with people, you know, you're not ready. So you got to be consistent. Okay. The next C, you got to be competent. Now, how do you get competent? You get competent by being committed and consistent. And if you're competent consistently, like you just stay committed, stay consistent, stay competent, keep working, you'll eventually get that fifth C, which is confident, and that's when the magic happens because it's in you now. Okay, you're a winner, you know it, you just waiting for everybody else to catch up. Okay? Dang, Shawnee is winning the whole game. Lost at the end of the fourth quarter. That's tough. That's tough. All right. That's my boy's struggling out there. All right, but here's the point. That's it. Have the conversation with your family, write your goals down everywhere, talk about them all the time, okay? And understand clarity, being committed, being consistent, being competent, and being confident in that order. You'll get them. All right. Section 4. All right. Section 4. More tips for you. What we're doing tonight with this plan I'm about to lay out for you, we're giving you a few simple actions. Write this down. I'm gonna say it 3 times. A few simple actions, okay, that a large number of people can do consistently over time. All right, so it's got to be very duplicatable. You can parentheses duplicatable. All right, so we're going to create a few simple actions that a large number of people can do consistently over time. I'll say it again, or if somebody wants to put in the chat, they can. Totally up to them. Okay, we're going to create a few simple actions that a large number of people can do consistently over time. All right. And if a large number of people could do it, it means that it's simple. So underline the word simple, underline the word few, and underline the word consistent. All right. People got to do this stuff consistent. We'll talk about what it is. That's number 1. Okay. That is a huge theme of the next 90 days for you. Number 2, we're going to focus on 30-day consumables. We're not going to focus on like Cesso Dolce because depending on your frequency, you may not use it every 30 days or it'll run out. You need stuff that will run out. Okay, Copaiba essential oil typically doesn't run out in 30 days, but Prosper does, Align does. Okay, it just depends on the frequency and usage in your household. You want to focus on 30-day consumables because you want the volume coming in every 30 days. You don't want people to have a garage full of product. You want this stuff to run out. Okay, Nourish runs out. Mind, Body, and Soul run out. Nova runs out. Complete, not so much, because people typically don't drink a protein shake every day. It's typically only on workout days, things like that. So Complete doesn't run out every 30 days unless you're just working out every day like some of us do. And I'm still not as consistent on my Complete usage as I need to be. But Nova, I don't miss a day. Mind, Body, Soul, fulvic acid, I don't miss a day. Focus on 30-day consumables. Okay. Number 3, understand want versus need. Understand that people do what they want to do, not what they need to do. If they ever do something they need to do, it's because they want to do it. I'm gonna say that again. Okay. And Wendy says the products last a year after opening. Yeah, we don't want 6-year-old HBM products. They last a year after you open them. Okay. Okay. People do what they want to do, not what they need to do. If they ever do what they need to do, it's because they want to do it. If people did not do what they want to do, nobody would be overweight because we know we don't need to eat donuts and cake. But I want to eat donuts and cake. So what am I going to do? I'm going to eat donuts and cake because I want to do it. I don't need to do it. I really shouldn't, but I will. Why? Because people do what they want to do, not what they need to do. And if they do what they need to do, it's because they want to do it. Okay, period. All right. Number 4, the products that we want to focus on for this particular journey, okay, are going to be the ones that don't require a lot of training in order for it to work. All right. We don't want a lot of training. I was talking to Melissa. She was talking about she got it's one of these things that you put it together and it's called some type of respiratory thing to help get some more humidity in your lungs. Some type of cool thing I was experimenting with essential oils and things and putting the essential oils in it with the water, like a diffuser, but for your face basically. Like you can inhale it, whatever that's called. Like a personal diffuser. Man, that thing was so complicated. I'm looking at it right now. It's in pieces. I ain't used the thing one time. A nebulizer. Thank you. I couldn't even get the dang thing to work. So I couldn't even get the oil. Couldn't get charged. I had to charge it up plus plug it up, assemble it. I'm like, this is like a transformer. I'm like, I'm over it. I'm over it. No essential oil nebulizer for me. Okay, I'm over it. All right. So yeah, exactly. I am not Tony Stark. Right? Shuri don't live here. Okay. So if it takes a lot of training for it to work, I'm probably not going to do it. But that's why I love Align essential oil. I just rub it on. I could just smell my hands and rub it on. That was easy. Prosper, I just tap the bottle on my feet and rub my feet together. It just works. That was easy. Nova coffee, just slap it on. The cool was at that training. She knows, just slap it on. Just put the oil on. It don't even really matter where it's at. You could put You're supposed to put HEPA detox on your liver. You can put it on your thigh. It's okay. It's gonna still do the job. It's gonna still do the job. You can just smell it. It's gonna still do the job. Okay, Nova coffee. Now I would forget to take the ashwagandha. I would forget to take the. I would forget to take DHA. I would forget to take Bacopa Moneri, but I'm not gonna forget coffee. I just drink it. It's in there already. How you make coffee? I get hot water, put coffee in the water, stir, drink. Easy. No training necessary to get the result. So focus on stuff like that. Okay, focus on stuff like that. All right, Shauna says she put adult wellness on her thighs. A cooler stay might burn on the thigh. I don't know. I know to put adult wellness on my neck and it works. I've never put it on my thigh, but that's the thing. All right, so y'all got that down. Any questions? We're moving on to section 5. Oh, don't burn. Okay, cool. Oh, HBN got a great diffuser, Charlotte. I need to go buy that. Yeah, thank you. Cause I'm there. I go listening to Melissa. Just because she made a bunch of money, I'm thinking she knows what she's talking about with these nebulizers. Okay. Section 5, ladies and gentlemen. This is a human nature thing. Please understand this. Section 5. When we're dealing with this binary, when we're putting people under our 4 people, the people we place under them don't count for their 4 and 10. It's just going to be extra volume for them. Why? Number 1, human nature. Give your team something to lose. Give them something to lose, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you got people that's not in your 4, let's say you sponsor 10 people and 6 of them want to quit. If you build enough underneath them, okay, if one of your 4 happen to be underneath them just because they join the team later, guess what? They'll probably stick around. Give them something to lose. Why do you think the company have a matrix program? The matrix program is not really about profit participation so much as it is kind of like the phone call I got a couple of years ago from a gentleman who was about to quit, and he said, "Will, I got to tell you, uh, how do I get this money? How did I get this money in my back office?" I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I was logging in to turn off my auto ship." He said, "I was logging in to turn off my auto ship, but I saw I had 20 some dollars back there. So I just left it on. I didn't know where the money came from. It was all matrix money because he was at a 50 CV auto ship every month. Now he's at 100 CV every month, but he has just some fun play money back there, and he got MRP. But you have to point that out. So give people something to lose. The company's doing their job. You got to do your job of building and then also pointing out that they do have something to lose. You don't want to lose your volume and lose your position, just in case you want to build it one day. Okay. All right. Number 2, you only need 40 serious builders in your organization to be an HBN millionaire in 2 years or less. Okay. You only need 40 serious people in your entire organization, and you only have to sponsor 4 of them. You only have to sponsor 4 of them. So keep that in mind from a clarity standpoint. Okay. Number 3, we're sharing products we believe in with people that we care about. You need to have a strong belief in these products. If you're not excited, if you think about the person you love the most in this world, wife, child, husband, daughter, mom, dad, think about the top 3, 4, 5 people. If they're blessed enough to still be alive, think about the people you love and care about the most in this world. Okay. Think about them. Think about the fact that if you don't know at least 1 or 2 HBN products that they need, maybe not a want, they might need it, but you should want them to have it because your belief is so strong. Everybody on my Christmas list, they already know what time it is. HBN gift time. That's all they know. I got a series of messages from a young lady earlier in Melissa Brower's organization who's got 4 love boxes, and they're all Christmas presents for people, and it's awesome. They're all Christmas presents for people, all of them. I think that's awesome. She's like, man, that's all people getting out here, and she got paid to buy it. Amazing. Okay, so share products you believe in with people that you care about. All right. Number 4, remember the flow. All right. This is for my advanced people, but it's so simple. Some people don't appreciate this conceptually until they've been in this industry for a long time. Make friends, meet their friends, start the conversation, and keep the conversation going. As long as you keep a conversation going organically, I don't care if it's in person or online, it don't matter. As long as you keep the conversation going and you have the skills, like we're going to talk about right now, we're getting into section 6, we're at section 5 right now, going into section 6. Okay, you, there will be an appropriate time for you to talk about your product and or the business opportunity, and that is what I do. I make friends, I meet their friends, I start conversations, I keep the conversation going, and then I talk about my products or business at every, underline this word, appropriate opportunity. Okay, appropriate opportunity. All right. Now you only learn that from watching the videos, reading the books, everything we just talked about. And when's a good time for you to learn what to say to people when you're having conversations organically, just chilling? When's the best time to learn what to say? Before you talk to them, while you talking to them, or after you talk to them? When is the best time to learn what to say? Okay, before. Thank you. Before. That's why we gave you the prerequisites that you need to do before the call, right? Moving on to section 6. These are three techniques that I'll be using over the next 90 days. I have already used these techniques. I'm teaching you these techniques tonight, and you can use these techniques to get your 4 and 10. All right, you can use these techniques. Technique number 1, this is my favorite super secret ninja technique. Okay, and I even tell you a story about how it worked in real life. Okay, I call it the silent salesman. All right, some of y'all old school networkers can appreciate this. I call it the silent salesman, and I'll tell you a story how I sponsored 2 people in Texas, even when I didn't live in Texas, into the company, and they ordered product. Okay, ordered product. They ended up becoming customers. Thought they were going to be distributors, they weren't, and that's probably because I didn't live in Texas at the time, so I couldn't train them. But I call it the silent salesman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a button 3 inches in diameter. Okay, I'm looking at one right now. It says, "Get healthy, get wealthy. Ask me how." I got another one in the glove compartment says, "Drink coffee, get paid. Ask me how." Okay. A 3-inch button. All right. And everybody's coming to Las Vegas. I have buttons for pretty much everybody. If I have any extras, if you're in Millionaire School but you're not coming to Vegas, I'll mail you one. If we have any extras, but you're in here, okay? Charlotte says she's wear it every day. And she's about to be a 50K. She's already 25, been past 25K. She's probably about to hit 50K. She wear her every day. Okay. Now here's what I love about the button. Okay. I do not go out to prospect. I prospect while I'm out. Okay. Please understand that. Okay. Don't look. Joe, there Joe Davis go. Look, Joe talking about the call start at 8 o'clock. Don't worry, Joe Davis. Don't worry. We got a recording just for you, my friend. I know you wasn't at the gym. That's what I do know. Okay. So we have I don't go out to prospect, I prospect while I'm out. All right. If I'm at church, if I'm at the gym, if I'm at the grocery, if I'm at the barber, if I'm at a funeral. I went to my uncle Calvin's funeral and signed up a new distributor from there a few years ago. I know it sounds weird, but at the time I was having the conversation, it was appropriate. It was weird, but it was appropriate. It's like, somebody like this person. Charlotte says she smiled somebody at a funeral too. But think about it. If you're an individual and your spouse makes most of the money, what would you do if your spouse died tomorrow and then life insurance company didn't want to cut you no check? Like, how would you make ends meet? Like, what would you do? You need HBN. A lot of people need HBN. We just got to make sure they want it as well. Okay. But I don't go out to prospect. I prospect while I'm out. Okay. Here's my three word seminar on how to just have hot local prospects all the time. Okay. I'm about to give you a 3-word seminar, okay, on how to have hot local prospects all of the time. Okay, 3 words. Be a regular. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing I have ever done other than being a regular. When people know your name, "Hey, Will, what's going on, man? Good to see you today." The owner come talk to you. Everybody, even if you don't spend a lot of money, go to the coffee shop in your town where all the people who got money go and get 1 cup of hot water and maybe a croissant and put some Nova in there and do that every day. I guarantee you're going to make friends. That may be part of your work routine. I'm going to the coffee shop today. Going to the coffee shop today. Okay. Make friends, meet their friends, start a conversation, keep the conversation going, work on your skills so that you can talk about your products or business at every appropriate opportunity. I kid you not, be a regular. It's the coolest thing I could ever recommend. People treat me better when I go places than they do A-list celebrities sometimes because I'm a regular. The celebrity is going to come there, probably not spend no money. They're going to expect everything for free, and they'll probably never come back ever. Okay? They might or they might not when they're in town 10 years from now. "Ooh, so-and-so came to my place." But Will Zanders, he's a customer every day. He gets a croissant and hot water every day. Okay, I've signed people up at Publix. Okay, the grocery store, the gym, the barber shop, the axe throwing spot. I've signed people up at places where I'm a regular. I don't go out to prospect. I prospect while I'm out. And that button, the button is a simple action that a large number of people can do, and it duplicates very easily and it's cheap. It's just a couple of dollars. Okay. Now, here's some of the things that you could put on your button. Okay. Lose weight today. Ask me how. Earn an extra $500 a week. Ask me how. Okay. Drink coffee and get paid. Ask me how. Get healthy and get wealthy. Ask me how. Okay. Those are all things, and the magic on the button is how bright it is. You don't want the 1 inch or the 2 inch. The 4 inch is too big. You want the 3 inch. You'll see. Okay. And because the key word is ask me how. Now you do not wear a button at work. If you're at work at your job, don't wear a button. Don't do that. That's being disrespectful. You're violating one of the laws of power. That's gonna hurt you more than it helps you. Don't do that. Okay. Okay. Yep. Exactly, man. I can't wait till Canada back open. Can't wait to come do a training there. Okay, I have an oil for that. Ask me how. Yep, you can sure put that. You sure could. Then if that's your key and you're an oil person and that's the people there, that's going to generate a lot of curiosity. All right. Now I like the ones that have to do with money, but that's just me. Okay, but it's going to help you get your 4 and 10. You can have a customer based button, a business based button, or both. Like the drink coffee, get paid, ask me how. That's a dual purpose button. Okay, when you're out and about, wear it. Now here's the thing: don't dress like a bum. Some of you may have to shave. I'm sorry, ladies, you may have to put on some makeup. I don't know. Some of y'all might need to start working out. I don't know, fellas. You want to dress remotely presentable for where you're going. Okay. You don't need to be in a suit to make the silent salesman work. The button will work anyway, but don't leave the house with a bonnet on, rollers in your hair. Fellas, shave or brush your beard or just look presentable. Okay. Now here's the thing: extroverts like your Charlotte Whitakers, your Wendy Atkinsons, your Joe Davises, Melissa Browers, and so on and so forth. Your extroverts, they don't even need a button. They're gonna talk to anybody anyway because they are social people. But your introverts or people who just don't like people, that's me. I'm a very private person. A button works for me, and it works for yellows and greens really well. I think everybody should wear a button for the next 90 days and after that. But it works because it never fails. You're walking somewhere and where you have a right to be because you're a regular, and people are going to walk up to you, and it's going to fall into one of the three categories. Okay? They're either going to look and not approach you, they're going to not look and not approach you, or they're going to look and approach you. All right, that's category C. So category A, they don't look and they don't approach you. Okay. Category two, they look at the button and don't approach you. And then category three, they look at you and they approach you. Okay, that is a C type individual. Now, when you get the C type individual, which is really awesome, all they're going to ask you, hey, what's that all about? They're going to come to you. Why? Because they are either a blue or a red, possibly a green. They want information, maybe a yellow, but they're going to come to you. You don't even have to talk to people. Just go do what you're normally going to go do. Wash your car if you're going somewhere. Wash your car. Okay, you ain't got to have a Benz or a Bentley yet, but whatever you got, wash it. Put some black magic on the tires, clean it, look presentable. Okay, not a suit. Don't overdo it, but be dressed appropriately for where you're going and be look like you mean some type of positive. Put a smile on your face. And if you don't have your button on, most people when you go out to the store, because we don't use the 3 foot rule, just start clocking people's heads saying, want to join the business, want to join the business, want to buy a product, want to buy a product. We don't really do that. Okay. You when you go out, if you don't have a button on, people don't even know you in business. Like, are you even in business? Nobody knows. There's nothing wrong with what you've been doing, but you're simply not exposed. You're Will, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to go recruit. Okay, cool. But you're gonna fly over 3.5 million qualified prospects just to get somewhere else. You should probably just go to the grocery today with your button on, to be quite frank. And it'll make you the money to pay for your trip to Hawaii anyway. So the point is that you want that people are gonna come to you and you tell them, hey, Will, hey, what's up with that button? I'm curious. How do I drink coffee and get paid? Here's what you do. Number one, you got to be in a hurry. Number two, you maintain curiosity. Okay. Number three, you show value. And number 4, get out of there. I'm gonna say that again. When a C-type person approaches you and says, "Hey, I'm curious. Yeah, how do I get healthy and get paid? What's that all about?" Or something like that. Okay, number 1, you got to be in a hurry. Number 2, maintain curiosity. Number 3, show value. Number 4, get out of there. How does that sound in real life? Sounds complicated. It's not. Someone walks up to you, "Hey, what's up with that button? I want a oil for that. What's that all about?" "Hey, hey, thank you for your interest. Listen, I'm actually on the way out. I gotta go, pick up my kid from daycare. I'm actually on the way. I got a meeting to get ready for. I'm actually just in and out today. Okay, but would it be okay if I sent you a video with a few details on it?" Okay, so if I have on a car, this happened in real life, and I'll tell you exactly how it happened in a second. But the button I had at the time was "Get healthy, get wealthy." Asked me how, and someone says, "I want to get wealthy. How I do that?" I said, "Look, I gotta run, but if it's okay, I'll send you a short video with some details. All right, would that be okay?" And they go, "Sure." I say, "Great. What's better for you, text message or email?" Okay, text message or email. And they gave me their text message, and I texted them the video, and one of them joined, one of them didn't. It was the point, but it worked. All right, and then they bought. Okay, I've used buttons for years. All right, years. And that's all. And then the third step, do what you say you're going to do. So that's step 1. Wear the button out. Somebody's going to approach you. When they approach you, okay, when they approach you, they're curious. They might ask you a question. "Oh, tell me all about how that works and all of this. Is it such and such company?" Don't look all that information in the video. I gotta run. Remember, you have to preface it with, "Look, I'm in a hurry," or "I'm on the phone," or something like that. Or, "Look, I gotta make a call. I got a call coming in. But would it be okay if I sent you a video with with a couple of details on that?" "Sure, why not?" "Great. What's your best text or email?" "What's better for you, text or email?" If they say, "No, that's okay, cool. Go on about your business." You'll get the super, super curious person at some point. Okay. So just answer the question. Ask them if you can get them in front of some information. Don't go on about it. Be in a hurry. Maintain curiosity. Answer as few questions as possible. And then do what you said you were going to do, which is send them a video once you're gone. Send them a video. Send them some information. Easy. Okay. We got so much good information and HBN videos out there that we didn't have when we first started. It's incredible the amount of information out there. Okay. Why does this work? Because people are curious, and curiosity is an emotion. And people aren't logical, people are emotional, which is why they get curious. They're going to ask you about the button. Now, here's the caveat. Ladies, here's the caveat. We got a lot of attractive ladies on our team. Ladies, especially if y'all dressed up or dressed halfway nicely, guys will come ask you about the button. Just notice as far as guys, this industry and network marketing is 80% women. It is an 80% chance that the guys, if you sponsor them, would fail anyway. So don't even really bother with them, like talking about, if you get any vibe at all that this is a person that is interested in you versus interested in business, don't even bother. If they don't have a wedding ring on and they out with a woman and kids, I probably wouldn't even bother, ladies. I'm just being real with y'all. Okay, because we've done this enough in the field, and we've helped enough people make hundreds of thousands of dollars in network marketing that it is really a waste of your time. I hate to tell you that. Yeah, Shana, Melissa, y'all all know it's really a waste of your time. Yep, Miriam stay in the inbox on a regular. Yeah, it's irrelevant. Just for ladies, focus on the ladies. Just trust me. It's way easier for you, way better that way. Okay. So the person, you wear the button, the person approaches you, and then you just say, "Hey, thanks so much for your interest. Look, I'm actually blank, blank, blank. Whatever it is, you're in a hurry. You got to be in a hurry first. Okay. Would it be okay if I sent you a short video with some details? Okay, that'll answer all the questions you might have. And if you like it, let me know. If not, just delete the email. Would that be okay?" They go, "Sure." All right. And then what do you do after that? When you get to where you're going, do what you said you were going to do, period. And that is all. That is the silent salesman. It is a button. It's incredible. I highly recommend it. And if you can't go out and just sign up the volunteers, if you can't go out of your house and just talk to the people who talk to you first, you're not ready to be an HBM millionaire or any type of business millionaire at all. Not yet. The button is the easiest, most. Herbalife became a $1 billion company based off buttons, the way that Amway became a $1 billion company based off home meetings. Okay, I'm telling you, that's how it happens. It happens in health and wellness. We can do it. Let's get it popping. It works. All right. That was section, whatever section that was. Section 6. Yeah, I guess so. That was section 6. All right. Moving on. And what did you get with the person with the button? Real quick, what just happened? You got a hot local lead that you have rapport with, and you already are in control of the power dynamic because they came to you. They came to you first. So you have a hot local lead, okay, that you have built in rapport with, and you're in control of the relationship dynamic because they came to you first. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Moving on. Moving on. I promised you a story. I promised you a story. So I lived in Louisiana at the time, and I was going to Houston to see Jonas and Megan with two of our team members there. Jonas is actually going to be in Vegas, which is awesome. Okay, we're going to be there. Now, while in wait, oh, technical difficulties there. All right, that was strange. I don't know. All right, somebody just got accidentally moved. That is what it is. Not worried about it. Okay. Now, what ends up happening is I go to I'm gotta go to Houston for a meeting that day, but I want to go to the aquarium. And Jonas and Megan happened to live. They were in Houston at the time, and I said, "Yo, I'm going to the Houston Aquarium. Y'all want to meet me over there?" And they were like, "Sure." So we all go to the Houston Aquarium, and I have a button on. They don't. As I go into the aquarium, the lady who's checking me out to get my ticket to the aquarium says, "Get healthy, get wealthy." I want to do that. How I do that? I want to make money. Not fantastic. I said, "Look, I'm just trying to get into the aquarium to meet my friends, but yeah, write down your number for me or best email address, and I'll send you some information on a project I'm working on. Make a lot of money." All right, cool. And then the cashier, two cashiers over. So one cashier, there was another cashier over that was checking somebody out, and they're all behind this big plexiglass screen. She heard what the other cashier said. She finished ringing up the person, and then she came over and said, "Oh no, me too. I want to make some money too. What y'all talking about over here? Making money?" And then I got both their information there. Both of them bought a product. One of them signed up and actually worked the business for a little bit. Okay, it was really cool. I wasn't in Houston, so I couldn't really train them like I wanted. I hadn't moved to Texas at that time, but at the same time, it was really awesome. And that was just another story of how the silent salesman, the button, just works amazingly. Okay, that being said, so next up, so you have rapport like off top. All right, it just works. Now we're moving on to section 7. Section 7, I'm not going to cover in depth for time purposes. And also, most of you should know it already. You should already have done this or been trained on it. And it is the hot market. Okay, it's the hot market. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing a button is how I choose to interact with my warm market. Okay, I like about my cold market. These are people I don't know, but I want to know them, and they obviously want to know me because they came and talked to me. So I use the button to interact with my cold market. I do use some online strategies that we'll be teaching in Orlando in March, but we're not talking about that right now. Okay, we're talking about the button and how it helps you build a local market from cold market people. It's incredible. I highly recommend it. Section 7, we're talking about hot market. And that is basically when you ask friends and family to support you with a one-time customer order. Okay, with a one-time customer order. Now I'm gonna try this. I don't even know if this will work. Give me a second. We got this on live. So I know we're on recording right now, and I try this all the time. I just want to demonstrate for y'all. Okay, and I'm gonna see if I can make this work for y'all. We'll see if this works. All right, and I'll put it on speaker if it does. But here's my point. Hot market is when you go to your super, super, super close friends and family. This is parents, children above 18, spouse, significant other, best friend from the last 20 years. Y'all talk to each other every day, stuff like that, right? You want to contact them, and you don't really are contacting them about getting involved in business. You're contacting them to get them to support you with a product. Okay, hold on. I don't think I can do this. They call it on this phone. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. So I just sent out a text message, and the text message said, "Hey, call me right quick." And that's calling somebody in my hot market. I'm trying to get them to call my other phone so I can put it on speaker. Hopefully, they recognize that number. They're calling my phone I'm on. Okay. Now, the whole thing with it is when you're talking to your hot market, you're not really trying to get them involved in business. I don't have to go in depth about that. You're really just putting them on notice that you do have a health and wellness business from a product standpoint, and you do want them to try out a product. Okay, you do want them to try the product. That's really all it's about. It's not that complicated, not that difficult. Okay, let me see. They're calling now. Okay, cool. Let me try to get them on speakerphone right quick, y'all, before this phone dies. All right, and let me know. Put in the chat if y'all can hear the phone ring. This is my hot mark. Hey, man, what you doing? Okay, cool. Do me. I'm launching a new product on December 15th. I'm launching a new product. Can I count on you to order at least one or two of them on December 5th? Not today, but on December 15th. If I send you a link or Cash App or Venmo. Thank, thank you. And anybody you know who you know in your circle that I might have met in previous years, tell them, hey, we doing like we used to do with the Boy Scout cookies or the world's finest chocolate. So I want to get a bunch of people. I need to get at least 10 people to buy, but I wanted to call you first. Oh, it don't matter. Honestly, to be quite frank, it's coming from me, and that's all people need to know. Tell them it's coffee. We got a different coffee that's a weight loss coffee I haven't promoted. We're gonna try the weight loss coffee this go around. I think it'll be good, but I appreciate it. That's Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Love you. All right, bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now I did that specifically so you could understand the rapport. Hopefully y'all heard it. If not, you just missed an easy class on Hot Market. Yeah, she's the best. Yeah. Shauna said I called her. Yeah, I call and it's 9:30. I call my mom every 90 days. She's already one of my customers. She orders every single month. However, if you don't have your 10 customers yet, she's already one of my customers. Thank y'all for the compliments. I'm gonna tell her that. But if you don't already have your 10 customers, you can use your hot market. Okay, that's Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte family's super tight, right? Super tight. That's what it really is. Like Joe Davis' brother. Okay, that you got brothers and sisters that support you sometimes, not all the time, but you got people that'll support you with a one-off customer order. And if you follow up properly, guess what? They'll probably start buying consistently. Wendy said her mom is her first customer and has been for 2 years. Thank you, Wendy. My mom was my first customer too. Facts. All right. So that's the hot market. You can do it. Seymour Greenwich Blake said his sisters support him 100%. That look, yeah, half y'all got two, three, four customers out the gate, and some of y'all don't. But if you do have a hot market, notice I did not ask her to join my business, to come to an event, and to start selling product. I didn't say that. I said, can you support me with a one-time order? I ain't know what the product was gonna be. Don't even matter. Honestly, when it's them, it don't matter. Okay, it truly doesn't matter. But Lillian Corbett, I've got amazing longtime friends that been a customer for years. So hot market, that's how you're gonna get a lot of y'all 10. I'm telling you, using the hot market. You're calling the people closest to you. You're not blowing them up about the business. You're asking them to support you with a one-time customer order. You're gonna follow up 5 or 6 days after their order, and you're gonna make sure that they receive their product. Then you're gonna within that first week. Then you're gonna follow up again a week later and make sure that they're taking the product, making sure they're taking it regularly or drinking the coffee. You have been drinking your coffee, right? And then you're gonna follow up about 3 weeks from then and ask them how they like the results. And then you're gonna follow up in week 4. Okay, week 4, you're gonna say, hey, you should be about to run out of product. I wanted to know if you're still loving it and enjoying it. Okay, if you want to order it again, let me know. I can get you a $25 gift card. And then if they order it that second month, you follow up again with the same system. Week 1, did you receive it? Week 2, are you drinking it? Week 3, how you like the taste, how it make you feel? Okay, week 4, would you like to start, order on wholesale? I can send you a video about how you can get it for free. And you can send a business opportunity video, or they can get a comp plan video, and they can learn about how they order product on auto ship, they get MRP, they can eventually get it free, and they also can learn how to get Matrix as well. So they're making money with Matrix and MRP. You can show them how to get their coffee for free. But you need to be following up every week. Write that down on your whiteboard, write that down on your calendar, write that down in a notebook. Every time somebody buy from me, they're going to get at least 4 phone calls and text messages from me. Okay. And they're going to get a letter. If they don't order, I'm sending them a thank you card anyway. And the thank you card is going to have thank you in it, and it's going to have a gift card code in there and my link. Okay. And I'm going to show you, let me give you another tip. $1 million worth of game right now on that 4-week follow-up system I just gave you. That's going to convert your retail to recruit, or help people become customers, because you need to be doing that every month for 90 days. Okay. When you get your link, you can have a link just to that one product that they bought. You don't want to send them the whole HBN catalog. They'll get confused. There's too many products. But you send them a link just to that one product. But don't send them a link that says www.hbnnatural.com/shopping cart/Nova/756 843. Don't do that. Go spend the money, like $11. Go to GoDaddy.com. You don't need to get the thing for 5 years. Get 1 year worth of domain and get a domain like shopwithjohn.com or buycoffeefromjeff.com, or get you a domain name that sounds professional, okay, easy to remember, that you can put on a t-shirt or on a business card, and then link it, okay, link the HBN thing to the domain name. It's actually, yeah, Jotform is good. Now here's the reason why I'm not talking about Jotform on this call. Okay, yeah, you can do Bitly and use your own name, but the .com is going to be more powerful. But Bitly works as well. Bitly works as well. Bitly is very good. The only reason why I didn't mention Jotform on this call is because to set it up, program it, get it configured and everything, that's not a simple activity that a bunch of people can do consistently over time. That's only y'all can do it because y'all are pros. But I don't want my new four doing that because they get too confused and they'll probably never do it. But GoDaddy, that's easy. Get the domain, buy the domain, link it. Bitly, same thing. Get the domain, put it in there, click create, edit. It's easy to do. Yeah, Melissa Brower, y'all can message her on Facebook, and Major Marcus and myself as well. We all do this stuff all the time, okay? So that's Hot Market. That's how it works. And I'm going to have a link specifically set up with something like thanks for your support.net. Whatever it is, it's going to be something cool that's going to resonate with our Hot Market. You know, help Will get to the next level.org. You know, whatever it is, it's going to be something specifically for my Hot Market, and we going to rock with that. Okay. Section 8, we're actually shockingly on time. We only got 10 sections and we're on section 8. Does anybody have any questions about Hot Market? You shouldn't. We just gave you a whole demo, but do you have any questions about Hot Market? And notice there's no script for Hot Market. Nobody cares what you say. They love you so much. They care about you so much. They don't respect your business sense. They don't want to be a business partner with you. They don't trust your investment sense, but they will buy some Girl Scout cookies from you. Okay. So it really didn't matter what I said. They might look, I'm launching the product. Can I count on you to Venmo me or Cash App and buy some stuff? I don't even know what it is. Sure, why not? There it is. Okay. All right. So section number 8, this is absolutely phenomenal. We haven't done this in about 2 years. What was section 6? Section 6 was the button, and section 5 was give people something to lose. You need 40 serious people, but you need to sponsor 4 of them. Yeah, we share products we believe in, people we care about, and make friends, meet their friends, start the conversation, keep the conversation going, and so on and so forth, and talk about the business or products at every appropriate opportunity. That was section 5. Section 6 was the button. Section 7 was Hot Market. Section 8 is the coffee questions. Now, we have a graphic of these coffee questions that Callie Noble made for us. I have it somewhere. I got to find it on Facebook. I do have it. But I'm going to give you these questions. These questions are a variation on the OG coffee questions back from 2005, but we varied and we mixed them up and made them better and made them unique to HBN because of our programs that we have. So 2 of these questions are ours, 2 of them are not, but I love them anyway, and they rock. Okay. Oh, they're in the guides in the spring team group. Fantastic. So when I'm talking to people, we already covered Hot Market and we covered the button to use cold market. Okay. Local cold market. The special coffee questions are really very versatile. They're very versatile. You gotta follow up and be consistent with all of this stuff though. With Hot Market, you gotta follow up and be consistent. With the button, you gotta follow up and be consistent. With the coffee questions, you gotta follow up and be consistent. But you can really tee it up with this, and they appeal to a person's logic more than anything. Okay, so when I'm talking to somebody, hey man, hit me up when you got a minute. I just had a quick question. It'll only take 30 seconds. But hit me up when you got a minute. So they hit me up, and I can ask these questions via text, or I can have these questions via conversation. Okay, and I would say, hey Mac, thanks so much for getting back to me, but I'm just curious. Do you or anybody you know drink coffee or tea at least occasionally? That's the first question. I'm just curious. Do you or anybody you know drink coffee or tea at least occasionally? That's the question. Do you anybody you know drink coffee or tea at least occasionally? Okay, I'm just curious. And you put that in there because look, do not leave out a single word because I'm just curious, tease it up. You will get a better response when you say, hey, I'm just curious, as opposed to, do you know anybody? The I'm just curious softens it up and makes it psychologically a lot more likely for them to say yes. Okay, but the gist of the question, yeah, that's in the comments right there. That's the gist of the question. Okay, but you do want to use the I'm just curious. Do you or anybody you know drink coffee or tea at least occasionally? All right. And they might say sure. Some people say no, but 99% of people I ever met say yes. Okay, and I say great. What? And they I say, they say coffee or tea. All right, let's say they said coffee because most people will say coffee, but if they say tea, we got something for them. But if they say coffee, I say, great. What's your favorite brand of coffee? And then I say, like, where do you get your coffee from? Okay, great. What's your favorite brand of coffee? Like where do you get your coffee from? That's what I say. Now you don't have to say it exactly like that. You can tweak it, but at the same time, I like to say it that way because it works for me. All right, great. What's your favorite brand of coffee? Like where do you get your coffee from? And I remember a young lady I knew in high school. I reached out to her on Facebook, and she said Cafe Bustelo. I had never heard of Cafe Bustelo at the time. Okay, and I use these questions on Facebook Messenger. Hey, hit me up. You can even use a voice clip. Hey, hit me up when you got a minute. I had a quick question. They hit you up, and then I can start texting the messages there, or use the voice clip, or call them on the phone, whatever. But that was the second question. Great. What's your favorite brand of coffee? Like, where do you get your coffee from? All right. And they say Cafe Bustelo. I said, look, for sure. Okay. Third question. Third question. Let me ask you, when was the last time Cafe Bustelo cut you a check for buying, drinking, or referring coffee? All right. When was the last time Cafe Bustelo cut you a check for buying, drinking, or referring coffee? They always laugh at you, give you this deer in the headlights look, and they say never. They always say never. I don't care if it's Starbucks, Dunkin', Community, CC's, Dutch Brothers, whatever. Okay. When was the last time Dutch Brothers cut you a check for buying, drinking, or referring to coffee? Never. Question number four. And then I say, oh, okay, well, I get it. Look, I'm not surprised. All right. And then I ask them, let me ask you, if there was a company that would pay you every time you bought, drank, or referred coffee, would you want to know a little bit about the company or maybe even try the coffee for free? Okay, I'm gonna say that again. If there was a company that would pay you every time you bought, drank, or referred coffee, would you want to know a little bit about the company or maybe even try the coffee for free? Typically, their answer is both. Okay, if there was a company that would pay you every time you bought, drank, or referred coffee, would you want to know a little bit about the company or maybe even try the coffee for free? Now, right there, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, okay, right there is when you are going to get a 90% opportunity to expose somebody to the business by sending them a business opportunity video and send them whatever video resonates with you. Okay, I got a video on my YouTube channel called Coffee Cash. It's about Nova Coffee and making money with coffee. And I got another one that the Tim Sales Brilliant Compensation video. I send that one to explain about the business. And I got an HBN 11-minute video that use the video that resonates with you. And you should be asking these questions at least twice a day. If you ask people these questions twice a day for the next 90 days, you'll probably get at least 100 and some exposures. You got to be able to get 10 customers out of that because people are saying, yes, I would like to try the coffee for free. This is where your samples are. This is where your samples come in. This is why I buy extra coffee every month. So I have product on hand all the time to give. And I tell them this particular sample of coffee is free for you, but not for me. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a small favor. Okay, when do you think the next time you're gonna drink the coffee? Oh, I'm gonna drink coffee tomorrow morning. Great. Okay. Would it be okay if I followed up with you tomorrow morning to see how you like the taste of the coffee and how it made you feel? Okay. That's what you want to say. Yeah, and the links and the videos are on there. I know some are on my YouTube channel, some are on Major Marcus Jones, the One Team One Dream YouTube channel, and the other ones are in the Facebook Supreme Team group. You got to be in that group and get situated. Okay, get situated in that group. All right. And if someone says it's someone else and not them, say fantastic. Okay, would it be okay if I got that person's information? I want to talk to them about it. I want them. Look, I'm starting my own coffee company. I want them to try my coffee, a sample, something like that. But if I say, but the way it works out in real life, it's almost always them. And if someone says it's someone else, not them, it's just rare that that would even happen. But you could ask the same question. Great. Well, you know this person. Well, let me ask you, who is it? Oh, my cousin Bob. Okay, cool. Well, let me ask this. What's Bob's favorite type of coffee? I mean, if you know Bob drink coffee, what's Bob's favorite type of coffee? Oh, well, I don't even know. Well, let me ask this. Whatever coffee Bob used, let's say it's Starbucks, have they ever paid Bob whenever he bought or drank that coffee? Well, no, I don't think so. Do you think if there was a company that would pay Bob every time he bought, drank, or referred coffee, you think he might want to know a little bit about the coffee or maybe even try the coffee for free? Oh, well, yeah, why not? Yeah, yeah, sure, 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 sure. Okay, now listen, can I get Bob information from you? Or maybe I should just send you the information and you can get it to Bob. And then they're gonna watch the video. And that's what you want anyway. You want them to be exposed to the business opportunity, and the products on the sample side is just a bonus. So that's a better variation Then the first thing I said was, I'm starting my own coffee company and I want to get them some samples. I've said stuff like that before and it works, but I'm really good at this. And they're going to ask me a bunch of questions about my company. I can tell them. But I think the version I just gave you, where we alternate the questions to talk about somebody in the third party, practice that, role play that, and that's what you can say. If someone says, yes, I know people who drink coffee, but not them. But normally they just say yes. And when I go to that second question, great, what's your favorite brand? They typically tell me what their favorite brand is, just out of curiosity. It's rare, 1 out of 100, when people say it's for somebody else, but I don't know nothing about them. It's normally a wife or a spouse or a husband. It's someone who they're very close to, and you can just alter the questions like I just did to still work. And again, it's foolproof, because think about this. They may look at the business opportunity video, and let's just take a quick survey in the chat. Let's take a quick survey in the chat. Wendy, that was a great question, Wendy, by the way. Okay, what do I say if someone says it's not for them? That was a great question. Let me take a survey. If you ask this question twice a day, all right, 5 times a week for 3 months or so, I mean, 5, 6 days a week, 3 months, that's over 100 exposures. Are we clear that it's over 100 people you ask these questions to if you do 2 a day for like 90 days? And you're going to get really good at it too. Okay. Out of 100 people, do you think any number of them will say, yes, I want to learn a little bit about the company? And some other ones might say, yes, I want to try some free coffee. Do you think yes? Absolutely. Now imagine this is you and your 4 people, and there are 4 people. Everybody doing this, right? So it's thousands of exposures, and yes, they're going to watch a video. Some of them will, and yes, the people are going to try to coffee for free. Some of them will, and you're going to follow up. Now, to all the people that watch the video, do you think at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 out of 100 might join? Now, this is in addition to the button. It's addition to the hot market, and it's addition. And you can ask the questions 10 times a day if you want to. But do you think at least 2, 3, maybe 4 people would actually join the business? Yes. Yes. Do you think at least 1 or 2 people out of 100 would love HBN coffee as much as you do and decide to buy it? 1 or 2 out of 100? Sure. Of course they would. It's not even a question. How do I know? Because all y'all are on this call. Because all of you drink the coffee. And you're not crazy. You're not dumb. You don't just waste money. Okay. And all of you also are in a business opportunity. So you saw value. We don't need all 100 people to see value. We just need like 4 and 10. Okay. 4 and 10, y'all. That's what we're going for. But you got the button. Okay. It's going to help you with people getting your business and products. You got the hot market. That's going to help people get products. Eventually, 1 or 2 of them may join the business. Okay. And then you're going to go to your coffee questions. And this is why you have the samples there. This is why we do the 100 C words of samples. And again, we don't even advertise this in the Facebook group no more. But if y'all want to get HBN Coffee Nova anyway in a sachet, message me on Facebook. We still do this minute. We still do that. Okay. It takes a while. So order early, right? But then we also are working on getting the HBN in the Keurig pods, the K pods. All right. But message me on Facebook for that. And we'll with the labels and everything, we'll get y'all some information on that. But the point is, you don't even need it. You don't need it. What you need is the HBN sample sizes for 100 CV. That's what you need, because they got enough coffee in there for them and their house. The people in the crib. All right, that's how that works. So all of that stuff works. The questions work. I gave you stories about how I've used those questions to generate customers. Hot market, coffee questions, the button to sign up distributors and get customers. It's all been proven. It's all tested. It's all proven to work. And if you do it and teach it, I guarantee you build your proper foundation. Now let's move on to section 9. We're gonna wrap this call up right on time. Okay, we only got 10 sections. Section 9. Okay, this is the first rule of business. And the first rule of business is to let your good friends and family know that we on to something good. Why? Because we don't want them mad when they found out we hid the business and products from them for 6 months. We don't want them mad when they still overweight 50 pounds and it's summertime and we never told them about unicorn juice. We never told them about Slimmer. We never told them about Java Slim. We never told them about Purge Tonic. We never told them about none of that. Vitality. We never told them about nothing. We don't want them 6 months from now to still be insomniacs, sleeping 2 hours a night and not even sleeping good because we never told them about Calm essential oil or Sleep Cream or Still essential oil and so on and so forth. Okay, that's the first rule of business, is that you're letting your good friends and family know that we on to something good, because we don't want them mad at us when they found out we hid money from them and we hid product from them. We don't want that. That's why we do the hot market thing the way we do. And Akua said, by the time you get to them, they already purchased from somebody else. Akua says 2 of her family members this happened with. That by the time they got around to them, they had already bought from other people. Hey, that's tough. All right. In Section 9, in Atlanta and Kentucky. Okay. So number 1 was the first rule of business. Number 2, a few simple actions that I'm repeating it because we repeat what is remembered. We remember what is repeated. A few simple actions that can be duplicated or done by a large number of people consistently over time. Always look at what we do within the light of that. Can I do this? And would other people do this? Would this make sense to other people to wear a button if they heard the explanation the way I did? Would this make sense for people to write down 4 questions on the index card and ask questions 2 times a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day if they heard the information I did? Would it make sense for people to call or text or visit their family members, close family members, and ask them to do them a favor and support their business launch in a couple of weeks? Is that simple stuff? Yes, anybody can send a Facebook message about coffee questions. Anybody can wear a button. Anybody can call a friend or a family member. Y'all do it every day. So that's a few simple actions that can be duplicated every day that people can do, okay, consistently over time, designed to do what? Build your proper foundation of 4 and 10 and help other people do the same thing. Point number 3, a serious distributor generates 5,000 in personal group volume, okay, on a monthly basis. And that came from 10 customers, 4 distributors, and some samples that they need to have on hand because they're serious about building their business. Okay. If you have 40 people in your business, you will be doing diamond volume, and within 2 years or less, you'll be a millionaire with HPM. Okay, just off the binary and the check match, period. Star bonus and matrix, you'll be a millionaire. All right, just understand that. I wish we had known this 3 years ago, but we didn't. Okay, number 4. All right, give them an opportunity. Put a star by this. You must give your team, the 4 people, not your 10 customers. They're cool. They're gonna be here. Your 4 distributors, you have to give them opportunity and time to mature and to grow, because that's what it really takes. I promised you when we started this 6 weeks class, I was going to give you a plan that works. I'm going to tell you the truth about how to make that type of money, okay, in network marketing. Listen, you have to give them the time to mature and grow. The time is going to pass anyway. You have to continue to pour into them, or else it's not going to work for you. All right. I'm telling you, people quit sometimes because they get impatient with their team. The team ain't growing fast enough. And a lot of times it's a reflection of the leader. But even if it's not, you still got to give them time to grow. Like a kindergartner, you can't put them in 12th grade. You got to give them some time to, even if they get skipped a grade or 2. Okay, that's how it works. All right. Next up, debt. And debt stands for doing everything but tithe. Now we're taking a slight diversion as we get close to section 10, which is the actual plan of the call. Thank y'all for thinking with me that long. When I say people debt, that means doing everything but tithing. That's where debt comes from. Why do I say that? Because a lot of people think that tithing means bringing money to your pastor who's already wealthy. There's nothing wrong with that, but I call that an offering. Okay, I call that an offering. Why? Because from a biblical standpoint, let me see if I can pull this up for you. Okay, because I need you to understand this, because a lot of times if you don't get this mindset part down, and people say, well, why do you always use the Bible as listen, almost every personal development book in America, anyway, almost every personal development book is based off biblical teaching. They just don't tell you that. That's number one. The Bible is so durable, it's existed longer than some empires. There are empires that people thought may the sun never set on the Roman Empire, and the empire falls to the ground and is ruined, and it's not just a regular place, right? Bible's still going strong. Okay, it's a book that is more durable than any person or empire or country or rock or tree that I've ever met. It's incredible. It's incredible. Okay, so get with it. It just trust me. It's good for you. It's the number 1 read book in the world for a reason. All right, they got other great books out there, spiritual books for sure, personal development books for sure, but this is just the one I like to operate from most often. Okay, now right there in Malachi chapter 3 it says, "Will a mere mortal rob God? Yet you rob me." But you ask, how are we robbing you? And God replies, you rob me in tithes and offerings, and you are under a curse, your whole nation, because you are robbing me. Okay? Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that may be food in my house, test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing to you that will not be enough room to restore it. I will prevent pests from devouring your crops and vines and so on. It goes on and on and on and on. But basically, if you're tithing, all right, you got a blessing on your house. If you're not tithing, you got a curse. And that's that. Now, why do I mention that here? Because when you start making a lot of money with HBN, which you will, okay, which you will, you have to do what I consider the number one most important thing in business. The number one thing, number one rule is to pay yourself first. I didn't invent that. Jim Rome said that. The Richest Man in Babylon author George Clausen said that. You got to pay yourself first. And I'm not paying my present self. I'm paying my future self. But Will, what does that have to do with tithing? Ladies and gentlemen, the temple that Malachi was referring to in the Old Testament has been destroyed thousands of years ago, before Christ was even born. It was destroyed. Just get over it. They're trying to rebuild it and those kind of stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay, so we assume that it meant church, but it don't, because Jesus said specifically when they asked him in the book of Matthew, they said, "Where's the kingdom of God? Where's the kingdom of heaven? How do I get there?" They're expecting him to say a building or some temple. He says, "Nope, building of heaven is within you." Okay, that hopefully a light bulb goes off for somebody. It says right there, the kingdom of heaven is within you. God is within you, and that was one of the reasons why they wanted Jesus to be killed, because he was keeping it too real about the internal nature of spirituality. Don't take it from me. Go read your Bible. All right. So when I save money, I'm not just pay myself. I'm going to pay my future self. My present self don't need money, but I have a special savings account, not an investment, not even an investment account, a savings account. Okay. And I just put 10% of my money over there a month. Why? Because I'm tithing. God said, bring the treasure into the storehouse. Well, guess what? I am the temple of the living God. Bible said it. You don't have to like it, but it's me. So I'm gonna pay myself first. And this is why people think they have a curse on their finances. It's not because you're not giving money to your pastor. That's Old Testament tithing that Jesus doesn't even talk about it that way no more. You're not saving any money. You're not tithing to yourself. Now, let me be very clear about this, because somebody's gonna take this out of context. I do still give money every single month to my pastor and my two pastors online, because I don't live in Louisiana no more. But I still send money there every month, and they consider it a tithe because they don't know. It's, to me, it is an offering, and I give that 10% every month, sometimes more. Okay, but the tithe though is supposed to go into the temple, and the Bible says specifically in the New Testament, after Christ came and let the Holy Spirit come on us, it says that your body is a temple of the living God. Period. So, ladies and gentlemen, start saving your money. Please start saving 10% of your money. If you're not saving 10% of your money, it will appear that there's a curse on your finances, because you won't have no money. You got it. This is what Americans do. This is what we do in America. The average American spends $1.22 for every dollar that they make. I'm gonna say that again. The average American spends $1.22 for every dollar that they make. Now I know 10% may seem like a lot up front. Then don't start with 10%. Start with 1%. If you make $500 with HBN, take $5 and put it in a special savings account and never touch it. Charlie said you pay yourself. You have to pay yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'm not saying pay your present self, pay your future self, because they might need it. Okay. And that will be one of the greatest habits. That's just a little bonus training we just did. That is the number one habit of wealthy people that I know. They pay themselves first. It's never a question. It's not even a question. The second the check come in, move it over to the account. Done. Don't even look at it. It's a savings account. I can't even withdraw. I don't even have a card attached to this account. I can't spend money out of this account if I wanted to. That's on purpose. So capital one. I highly recommend it. Okay. So start with 1%. And then after a month of you developing the habit of saving 1%, maybe after 90 days, go to 2%. Build the habit, and you'll be out of debt eventually. You're not gonna miss that 1%, I promise you. You're not gonna miss it. All right, you're not gonna miss it. And eventually you'll notice something very peculiar. It happens with money all the time. It's called the law of accumulation. What accumulates, accumulates. The Bible says, he who has will have even more, and he who has little, even the little he has will be taken away. Okay, it talks about the law of accumulation. He who has, even more will be given, and he who has little, even the little that he has will be taken away. The more money you have, the more money you have, the more money you get. It's weird. It's weird. But just start the savings habit. And don't be mad at yourself if you broke today because you know you've been spending $1.22 for every dollar you make. You look around like, man, where all my money went? I don't even have bills this big. Like, what happened? Okay? You can get yourself out of that, and you start that today. All right, now let's wrap this up. We're moving on to section 10. Hopefully, Y'all appreciate. Hopefully, this making sense. I feel like y'all we kind of culminate and get into the plan. It's making sense. And this is the last and consequently most important section. This is my favorite section. Okay, favorite section. Section 10, the big reveal, right? Okay, in order to understand section 10, I need you to stop operating in the ecosystem and start operating in the ecosystem. In order to really understand section 10 and how it works and how the plan works, you have to really get out of ego and get more into eco as far as a tribe. That's really the key to make this work. Okay. I prayed about this a couple nights ago. And I'm like, man, what is the key? What's the last thing that they need to do to make this thing work that I can put this around? And God really, all he spoke to me was every single day the same thing, the tribe. He said, the tribe is the key. He said over and over again, the tribe is the key. I didn't get no other information. I've been asking for another piece of information. Guys like, nope, I gave it to you already. I'm giving it to you. The tribe is the key. Okay, now let me be very clear about how this tribe mentality works and how to find your tribe and operate your tribe. And with everything, I'm giving you true stories about how this stuff works. Nothing I'm talking about on this call at all is theory. Ego, ECO, like ecosystem, like a synergistic organism. Ego is a lot of bold personality, pride. I got to be the winner. I'd rather be right. Ecosystem is I want all us to eat. Ecosystem is ecology, economy. Okay, ecosystem, right? As opposed to the ego system. Good question, Jenna. Okay. Now, when we talk about getting your core four, your four serious distributors, and you might have to give them a little bit of time to come in. I look at people like Yusef Willoughby. Okay. I looked at Yusef was one of the first people I contacted about HB, and he might have been number two. I think Melissa was number one. They're both on this call. Okay. I look at Charlotte Whitaker and Joe Davis, who were not originally with me in the organization, but their sponsors or their sponsor quit. And they eventually rolled up to me, but it was awesome. It was just a computer deal with the computer deal. People had quit. Okay. But they are a part of my tribe. Okay. And I mean personally sponsored tribe. I don't mean people like of course people like Wendy, that's that family and stuff like that. She's awesome, Kathleen and stuff like that. But these are people who have not been with me long enough to grow, and I'm giving them their time to grow and mature and build incredible organizations. You see, it just takes time. Okay, like with Jonas. Jonas been with me since my first or second network marketing company ever. Jonas been in network marketing 10 years. Jonas ain't never been hired in bronze ever. Doesn't matter. That's my homie. That's my homie. It's not about how much money they generate from it. It's not about how much money people make for you. It's really about the relationship, way more important than the auto ship. The friendship is actually way more important than the championship. But it's through the friendship that you actually have your core four of people that they'll never leave you because deep down they know you'll never leave them. Okay. And again, it's a thing where I know that, like, let's take a cool set. Absolute rock star in the business. Okay. Now she's not sponsored by Joe Davis, so she doesn't count for one of his four. She has a sponsor who's still active with HB and so on and so forth. No, but she's in the organization. She's gonna have her core four, but he can't count her. He can't put her on a whiteboard and go, I'm the closest person working, with the core. You don't count. Okay. And you can't count anybody who's romantically involved with you. I'm just giving y'all some experience stuff right now. You can't. Okay. Coach Marcus can't count his wife. He can't count her. Why? Because you just can't. They're like a default setting in there. They may build or not, and they'll still be a part of your life. Or if you're just dating somebody, they may leave you altogether. You thought they was one of your four, but they leave and they're no longer in business with you. I don't count anybody romantic that you're involved with. I'm sorry, you don't do it. Because you're going to love them and care about them no matter what they build or don't do. But if things don't work out, torpedo. Okay. I don't have that problem with Joe and Yusef and Charlotte. I don't have that problem. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When I went to the playoffs, NBA playoff games, I went with Joe and Jonas. Just understand. Okay. How that works. When I went back to the playoffs, okay. When I went back to the playoffs, it was Joe Davis and Yusef Willoughby. Right. We rocked together no matter what. When I got in the wreck, okay, and got my car totaled. I got rear-ended on the way from Houston doing a meeting with Joe Davis, right? And then driving back to Dallas, and I was right outside of Dallas. I got my car totaled, got rear-ended by a drunk driver. He was asleep, blew my car up. I lived. Who came and got me? Yusef, Willie came and got me. When Yusef was moving into a new house, okay, he called. He said, "Will, I'm moving, man. You come help me move." I said, "No, I will not come help you move. My back hurt. Yeah, that's a lot of moving, man. You got a big house, big old house. But I will pay for your movers," which is what I did. Okay. So yeah, true. Look, you said true story. You said true story, right? Because that's my tribe. I will never leave them, and they will never leave me. If they put it this way, if Joe Davis, Yusef Willoughby, Jonas Creighton, Charlotte Whitaker, Melissa Brower, anybody who is in my tribe, okay, and I'm talking about your husband, I ain't talking about your wife, I ain't talking. Look, Charlotte, I see in the chat. I ain't talking about MJ. I ain't talking about Chris. No, your tribe, okay, okay. You. If they quit HBN, I have implied permission to drive to their house, knock on the door, and we're gonna have an ugly, drawn out conversation. I don't know how it's gonna go. I've earned that right. I've earned it. If I were to quit on them and say, man, you know what, HBN ain't da 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 da, I'm gone. They have a right to come to me, drive to my house, literally, and be like, hey, Will, hey, bro, you can't do this to us. We said we here. We said HBN forever. You said HBN, we here. We here. You can't leave. We just gonna put hands on you. No, absolutely not. We can't leave. Okay, that's just how that part go. It's not gonna be any other way. It's not gonna be any other way. Okay, that's your tribe. Now you gotta love them up. You gotta work with them. Y'all not always gonna agree with each other. Y'all gonna beef with each other sometimes. That's all normal because families do that. But those four are gonna be with you and rock with you permanently. And again, if you have other ones, you're just lucky if you got if somehow some way you got a Marvin and Marvin got a Tracy and Kathleen, Denise Burke, Joan or Haley and Melissa, it Kim Kraljevic, like Lillian, like it's very difficult, and this is why your sponsor is so important in this business, because if they abandon you, and I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, you can't do nothing about it. It's very rare. 1 time out of 20, could you actually move to a better position? Nowadays, it's impossible. Don't even try. And I'm sorry. I mean, it's the truth. You used to be able to, maybe if your sponsor was that bad, or they quit, or they told you they was gonna build and they dipped out on you, whatever. Good luck. Now it's almost you pretty much stuck where you stuck nowadays. It's just what it is. The company's growing so fast. Corporates just operating at a different level of compliance because the company's growing so fast. It's what it is. And this is why it's so important to be locked in and plugged into the right individuals. It's what it is. Now you don't need to have a super strong upline to go do 4 and 10. We taught you exactly how to do it. I taught you how I did it, and I'm going to do it again over the next 90 days just to show you how to do it. Okay, but this is the numbers, and this is how it works. If you understand each serious distributor, we're gonna close it up with this. All right. And how do you find your tribe? You find your one true song, really. Whatever your true song, the one thing you love to do most in life. I don't care if it's be a fisherman. I don't care if it's sports. I don't care if it's making money. I don't care if it's shooting guns, riding horses, whatever your one thing is. Okay. And you learn everything you can about your 1 or 2 things that you love the most in life. Whatever that is. Could be teaching, could be math, could be, crochet. I don't know, whatever it is. But very few of us, but some of us is actually network marketing. I love teaching this stuff. And once you read 5 books and all this kind of stuff about your one true song, you learn about your purpose in life, whatever that is. I don't care if it's the gym or a pastor or whatever it is you're supposed to be. Not what you get paid to do, not your job, but what God put it on your heart to do for real, for real. And once you write your one true song, your life purpose, your mission, whatever that is. Okay, for Alexandria Brighton, it was health and wellness products, specifically essential oils. That was her jam. Okay, the next step is you sing your song at every appropriate opportunity. Okay. And guess what's going to happen? The people some people are going to sing along with you. Most people won't. Most people will not sing along with you, but a select few will. That's your 4. We like going to sporting events. We like talking about basketball, going to football and talking trash and stuff. We love going to the gym. We love playing back. Listen, that's us. If it's about playing, I played basketball with Yusef Willoughby and Jonas Creighton 10 years ago at an outdoor park in Houston, Texas, after a meeting we did, after that marketing meeting. And I gave them boys crazy work in Italian loafers. They won't admit this in the chat. I gave them crazy work in loafers and a tie. True story. Why? We was gonna play basketball anyway. Then Yusef won a game, then Jonas won a game, but it was the point. We love basketball. We all played it. We love it, and that's part of the song we sing. And if you sing your song, you post about your song. Whatever your jam is, you're going to eventually have a rap band, a rap group, a rock band. Some people's going to come and start singing along with you. And those people eventually, if you continue to have conversations with these people that have nothing to do with business, it magically is going to come up at some point. Hey, well, we've been having so much fun talking about this. I never asked you. What do you do? Chris, I'm so glad you asked. I am so glad you asked. And you meet people that way. Okay, so it's not about sponsoring 40 people your first month, nothing crazy like that. Okay, it's really about you having your tribe, and that's really where the 4 comes from. The 10 is going to come from the techniques we gave you earlier. Now, here's the math, because if numbers don't make sense, if numbers don't make sense, it don't make sense. You have 4 people on your front line. Put in the chat if we're clear. You have 4 people on your front line. Put that there. 4 people on your front line, and 4 serious builders. And your 4 serious builders are doing 5,000 in group volume. Okay, good. You understand that. When your 4 serious builders, I don't care if it take you 2 years to get them, doesn't matter to me. 10 years, whatever it is, I think it'll happen faster for you. Should happen in 2 years or less. But your 4 distributors are going to go get 4 serious distributors. And on your second level, I want you to write down 16. So that's the numbers. First level is 4. The second level is 16. Okay. And these are just serious people signing up serious people. And again, 5,000 in volume for that many people is not a lot. It's not a lot. Like each serious person generating 1,000 in volume. They got some network marketing companies where you buy one package and it's $1,300. One person could do that. Honestly. So we're talking about serious builders, not even network marketing all-stars. We just mean people who want to be halfway good. Okay. You can go to another company tomorrow and pay $1,500 for a kit. That's 1,000 in volume right there. For just one package, one person. Okay. But we want it every month. We want people to be able to do stuff consistently with good products and good pay plan and not break the bank at all. So your first level, you have 4. And then your 4 distributors get 16. And then your 16 serious distributors, because they're working with us and we working with they're on the accountability calls, we are repeating these same concepts. They're watching the same recordings you watching. They're reading the same books you read. They're going to see the same vision you see. The 16 people are going to get their 4, and then we're going to have 64 on level 3. Somebody put that in the chat if you understand. 4, 16, 64 in 3 lines. Let me see if you understand what I'm saying. Do you have a clear visual? Don't put yes, type in the numbers. 4 on level 1, 16 on level 2, 64 on level 3. Let me see if you visualize the concept I'm giving. I need you to see this. This is the play. 4, 16, and 64, 3 levels deep. Marcellus Matt got it right. Give this man a prize. 3 levels deep, not side to side, 3 levels deep. 4, 16, 64. Now, when you have 4, 16, and 64 on your first 3 levels, okay, that is a total of 64 plus 16 plus 4. That is 84 serious distributors. That's 84 serious distributors. Oh, it's only 3 levels. We're not even duplicating 20 times. We're just going right there with the proper foundation of 4 and 10. Will, what you do for a living? I do 4 and 10. I teach 4 and 10. Will, what you do for a living? I do 4 and 10. I teach 4 and 10. That's what I do. What you mean? Will, that's how you made all that money? Hey, I do 4 and 10. I teach 4 and 10. What else you got? Okay. If you take those 84 serious people and multiply it by the 5,000 in volume, that is 420,000 in volume. That is double diamond volume. You blew past diamond volume. So if a bunch of those people quit, one, they wasn't your 4. Go back and get another one. But you still would be an HBN millionaire because you only needed 200,000 in volume. You do 3 levels, you got 420,000. That's a big old cushion. So here's the question as we wrap up this call, because it really is 4, 16, 64. That's all you really needed to know. was how to establish a proper foundation for a serious builder, not no wishy-washy sometimey builder, for a serious builder, a serious person to really talk. If you can't do 4 and 10, you don't need to be talking about being a millionaire network marketing for no company. Like no company in the world, no business in the world. You can't make $1 million in car sales or real estate if you can't sell 10 houses. If you can't sell 10 houses, you can't make $1 million in nothing. That's like basketball. You can't win 10 games, you'll never be a millionaire. You can't score 10 points, you can't hit 10 shots. You're not going to win a Super Bowl. You can't in no part of life. But here, 10 customers, 4 distributors, the proper foundation for a serious builder. You got to redefine what you think a serious builder is and give yourself some realistic expectations. Okay, because realistic expectations is it is a certain amount of volume to make millions of dollars that people never talk about the volume because they don't have a plan on how to get you there because they never had to build 2 legs of business or 3 legs of business or 4 legs of business. They never had to do it. So they couldn't go back and look at what works and what don't work and so on and so forth. Okay? That's how it is. But you have a plan now that you can go back over these recordings and books and learn, and don't skip a single step. Read the books, watch the videos, watch the recordings, listen to take notes over and over and over again, write them in a whole notebook, and then start over from the beginning and do it again. You got till the 15th. Okay? 4 and 10, doing 4 and 10, doing 4 and 10. You teach people to teach people to teach people. That's 3 levels deep. Congratulations. I'll see you as an HBM millionaire, okay, in 2 years or less. 2 years or less. Now, the couple of y'all smart people got on this call, and you know you might not have 4, but you got 1 or 2, and you got your 1 or 2 on this call, and they know what to expect of themselves. You have to set the realistic expectations for what it takes to make this type of money. Okay? And you have to continue to work on yourself, okay, to acquire the skill sets and mindsets so that people trust you enough to lock arms with you. Okay? You have to continue to watch the videos and read the books and go to the events when you can so that people know you serious. How it look if I got my 4 and I don't even go to the event and I'm talking about we about to make this money. Lunacy. Now, if you're sick, if you got a health issue, that's different. If your finances are just not where they need to be yet, that's okay too. Okay? Because nothing that you heard tonight talked about you had to go to the event to make money. None of it. That's just a bonus. That's a big bonus, but it's a bonus. Plus to work with you and train you in person, okay? And because we have an uncapped binary, which means that technically we have an uncapped check match, y'all gonna make a lot of money if y'all want. All right. So let's go ahead and cut the recording. We're launching on December 15th. I'm ready if y'all ready. We could cut the recording, and if